In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the 10 things that I would do first if I were to learn jump rope all over again. So the reason I'm making this video is, one, I saw this idea on YouTube already for like something else. I think it was like cars or mechanics or whatever. And I was like, that's a great idea for jump rope dudes, because we have a lot of new people always coming to the channel. And even if you're not new, intermediate, whatever, you're a beginner, doesn't matter. I feel like this information can be helpful because I've been skipping rope for about 10 years. And I want to share with you some of my experience and what I would do to maybe make my experience better if I were to start it all over again. Of course, I'm, happy how my experience went, which I'll get into later. And there's nothing really that I would change about it because I wouldn't be here without all the experience I had. But since I went through all that, there are a couple things that I could say to you guys that might just make it a little bit easier, a little bit cheaper, and a little bit less frustrating. So let's get into those 10 things. Number one, I would have watched YouTube tutorials about jumping rope. Now, I would say I would have gotten a coach, but knowing myself, I don't do that. I like to learn things on my own. I would not have gotten a coach, and truth be told, there were not very many videos on YouTube about jump rope, which is a big reason why I started making jump rope videos, because I was like, oh, this isn't being talked about enough. But my point being, I would have at least went to YouTube and tried to get some more of the form fundamentals down very quickly, because when I started, I just started doing it on my own. And although friends told me like, your form's actually pretty good, I think there was some small things that I'll get to here in a little bit that I could have improved upon. So I just think that visually, I'm a visual learner, and I think a lot of people are, and just visually seeing someone on YouTube teaching me how to do it, I think would have gotten me up to speed a little faster. Number two, I would just start slow and be patient. Jump rope is really frustrating. Before you can actually lose weight jumping rope, you have to learn how to jump rope or how to do the skill. And I think when I first started, I was so eager to learn, like many of us are, because it is fun. It's, you're doing it with music, you're feeling good, whatever. But I would have just been a little bit more patient with myself. I feel like the first year of me learning to jump rope was a lot of frustration and messing up, but then getting mad about messing up. So then it would just affect my workouts a whole lot more. My advice to you would be, start off slow, be patient. It's something that as you get better at it, your workouts are going to get more better, and you're also going to feel more confident in the movement, and you're going to have more fun. Number three, I would use heavier ropes. Because of one reason, the feedback. When I first started jumping rope, I was using a really, really light speed rope. While it probably felt good for me to do that, I didn't really understand at the time that if I had a rope like the 1/4 pound from Crossrope, if I had a rope like that with a little bit of more weight to it, I could actually feel the rope spinning around more. And I think that probably would have helped with the frustration part of it. Because I was doing it with a speed rope or a lighter rope, I kept hitting my feet, and I just wasn't used to feeling the rope come around as fast. So beginners out there, I would even encourage you to start with like a rope that's 1/2 pound, 1/4 pound, 1/2 pound. Like I said, the ones that we always talk about are from Crossrope, that they're linked up in the description. But any rope with a little bit of weight to it so that you can feel the rope coming around and match your feet to that skipping motion. Number four, I would not jump rope on concrete. I'll admit, like the first 3 or 4 years of me skipping, I just completely destroyed all of my ropes. I would take them to a lot of cool places, so I don't really regret seeing all these cool things and being able to like exercise out in the world, but I destroyed a bunch of my ropes because I was really careless. So I would just say, don't start out by jumping on concrete right away. Try to jump on like a wooden gym floor. We have a video that I can link up that has the surfaces you should jump on, or just get yourself a jump rope mat. We have ours linked up below. It's gonna save you so much money. A lot of people give us pushback like, oh, why would I spend money for a jump rope mat? It's like, because you're gonna save tons and tons of money by not having to constantly replace your ropes. I have ropes that I've been using for 5, 6, 7 maybe years that have not worn down completely, simply because I jump rope on a mat. Number five, again, going back to the weighted handle thing, I would use weighted ropes versus weighted handle ropes. So not only was I using speed ropes when I started out, I also for a very long time had this rope that I bought from Dick's Sporting Goods in Times Square. I'll never forget it. I bought it. I bought the same rope like a bunch of times because it kept wearing out because I was jumping on concrete. But it had weights in the handle. And while that was fun and I thought that was like really cool at the time, I think ropes that have weight on the rope is actually a better way to skip. I think it's a better workout. So yeah, I would opt for weighted ropes and not weighted handle ropes. Number 6, I would have brought my elbows in more. I know some people like to give me flack about this, and I feel like I'll be making another video about this. I finally have changed my jump rope form to bringing my elbows more in and my hands closer to my hips. Not only has this allowed me to just feel more flowy and a little bit more smoother when I'm doing certain tricks like side swipe and crisscross, but it's allowed me to get a shorter rope. I realized that the rope I had before was an XL, and I probably didn't need that big of a rope. I'm not saying it's wrong. I see people like Floyd Mayweather and other boxers using bigger ropes, but at this point I've dropped down to a cross rope large and I'm much happier with that. So I would just say, if you're starting out, try and bring your elbows in a little bit more and your wrists closer to your body versus having them more out here. Number 7 is I would stay hydrated. I feel like when I first started jumping rope, I was not prioritizing my hydration. So I would do these super intense workouts and then I would get a lot of muscle cramping. I would be sore. I just would not feel as good. And obviously being dehydrated is not something that you want to be when you're doing a lot of intense exercise. So I would just make it a point to hydrate yourself. Just hydrate, drink water, electrolytes, whatever you need to do. Just make sure that you stay hydrated. It's very important when you're exercising. Number 8, I would not have jumped rope while lifting weights. I say this because I don't lift weights anymore now. A lot of you guys know I just do a ton of push-ups and pull-ups. But when I first started jumping rope, I was lifting weights. And what I would try and do is I would try and do these workouts where I jump rope for 30 seconds and then I would go do bench, and then I would jump rope and then I would go to lat pull downs. That I don't think is a good way to exercise. I like to think of resistance training should be separate from your jump rope. We have a lot of workouts on here that do push-ups and jump rope and stuff like that at the same time. I'm talking more about if you're someone who lifts weights, I would focus on each thing separately. So my recommendation would be jump rope to warm up, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, then hit the weights, and then jump rope to cool down, maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. Or you could do if jumping rope is your priority, then have a super intense jump rope workout and then lift weights after that. But I would not do them in tandem, because I think when you try to combine too many things into one workout, you don't focus entirely on one thing, which is not good. So do your jump rope stuff and then do your weightlifting stuff if you lift weights. Number 9, I'd work on developing my flow before starting to do tricks. An analogy that I'll give you guys. So I cannot do a lot of skateboard tricks, but I've been skating pretty frequently and pretty fast and intensely for 4 years maybe. And I can't do kick flips and heel flips and all these skateboarding tricks, but my flow is really good and I can skate anywhere. I can skate all kinds of terrain, down hills. I just feel good on a skateboard to the point that I am ready to start learning some more tricks now. I think if I would have went right into skateboarding trying to do all these tricks, my form would be sloppy. I wouldn't be as good at it. I think the same applies to jump rope. Focus on just developing this rhythm and flow that you can do to music and, again, just like a lot of other sports, boxing, skateboarding, surfing, tennis, whatever, everyone has a different style that they do things. So I would recommend first develop whatever, Johnny, Lindsay, whatever your name is, whatever your flow is, develop that first and find it, and just get used to skipping rope consistently before you start adding a lot of the tricks. By the way, if you want to start learning tricks, check out our our how-to playlist on this channel. And number 10, nothing. If I were to go back and do it all over again, I would change nothing. So obviously I gave you guys some good stuff to start with. There are some really good tips in this video, I feel, for you to just learn how to jump rope faster and more efficiently and have fun while doing it. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't change anything about this whole entire experience, because it's not only led me to create the company Jump Rope Dudes, but it's changed my whole life, man. Jumping rope has not just allowed me to lose weight and start a business. It's helped me develop this whole new outlook on life and this freedom to exercise and live a great life and have fun, but still be including discipline and stuff like that. So I wouldn't change anything about the experience I had. And no matter how you get to whatever level you are headed towards, just appreciate the process, appreciate the journey, because you're never, you always look back at things as like, wow, that was so cool, that was amazing, but rarely do we appreciate these moments as we are in them. So take your time, be patient, and as always, if you guys have any questions at all, hit us up in the comments, hit me up on Instagram, official Jump Rope Dudes. I'm always in there answering the DMs. And yeah, that's the 10 things. Hope you guys got some value out of this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, what's up, guys? Before I get out of here, finally, I just want to make you aware of the JRD Max. The JRD Max is the best workout program that we have. It's available on the JRD app. You can get a subscription to the app, or you can just buy the program itself. But if you're someone looking to lose a good amount of weight and just get in better shape and learn how to jump rope, the JRD Max is sort of an all-inclusive, like, learn how to jump rope and improve your body, improve your health through doing that and bodyweight exercises. The cool thing about JRD Max is I am mic'd up throughout the whole program, leading you through the workout. So you just pull it up on your phone, hit play once, and I'll take you through the entire thing. So that's linked up below. Go ahead and check it out. 14-day free trial, cancel at any time. Check it out and let us know what you think.